I paused.
Anyone have any doubts related to that? So are you going to practice? Whoever is in that 56 group, like not practiced, can you practice? Can you complete it today after the class? As I told you, if anybody have issues with anything, then you should reach out and then get clarified. But if you just simply skip and if you are not practicing, then you will not enjoy that. You will not able to do the data science project. Okay. So for basic Python is okay, but dealing with the AI and all that, without practice, you will not get anywhere. Can you guys hear me? I'm not getting any response from you. Can you all hear me? Okay. Yeah. So can I expect you to practice and come out from that not practiced? Can you? So your ultimate goal is to stay and get to good or excellent. Getting into good should be very simple effort. Like you just spend time, quality time, and you can able to get there. Getting into excellent, it may take extra effort, but at least you need to be in good in order to get the certificate as completed, internship certification. Is it clear to everyone? Can you pay attention? Make sure that you get you try to clear that. Okay, so let's move on. Technically, next class, if you are not basically practiced, if we see people here again without practice, then we are going to put the class on hold. Okay, then you have to just basically practice, not continue, because there's no point. Like it is mainly for practical experience. Without practicing, if you keep on listening, then what you get? Do you guys need more time, or what? What do you want? Do you want me to stop to one or two classes? Do you want a break, or what do you want? Because this next step after two classes, we are going to start the project work. And if you don't practice all these examples, you will not able to do the project. So today I'm going to have give you a few examples. Like we'll start the pandas high level, but I can even try to break the class. Like instead of next class we'll have on Thursday, I will skip that class and instead I will have it on Saturday, so that you have some extra time. But make sure that you have to complete it. Okay. So do you need more time? Is it Saturday is fine to complete all of your assignments? I need response, guys. Yeah. So we'll have a next class on Saturday. Today I'm going to take the class. But you have to make sure you have to complete all that, install. Today you have to install the helper no matter what. If anybody have problem, make sure that you post the problem in the group and get it resolved. Next thing is, by Saturday, you should be able to complete NumPy and Pandas. Okay, so let me start my session with the Pandas, then we'll continue. So we have learned, this NumPy in the previous session. It's all about handling the n-dimensional array, mainly arrays. The limitations which we had in arrays is going to be removed in NumPy, because the n dimensions are good enough to handle the large amount of matrices, and that can store well in the memory, in the simple memory space, comparatively normal list. So Now we are talking about pandas. So technically, all these things are basically using for what? To basically take the data input and the process, right? So technically, you are going to read the data input and process. That is the main purpose we are doing that. So how do I import the pandas? So I'm going to say import pandas as PD. The way that you most are not started NumPy. So technically, if once you start, this is how you are going to do it. So let's assume example is there in the online. You can able to download that. So you can say that pd.read CSV, and even you can type this URL, you will get the data set. So reading the files in the data science using the pandas is very easy. So first step in pandas begins with taking the data input. It can be a list, you can pass a number, hard-coded, or a list, or array, or in a set, or any kind of some data input, or Excel. So we are going to pass the data input as a first step, followed by we will try to pick up the sheet and all that, whatever. For example, in Excel, if there are like 4 or 5 sheets, you can say that which sheet you want to take. Okay, let's get into that. Once I get the data, the minute when I say that, the data frame, right? How did we read? Pandas pd.read CSV and the path that entire Excel now got into DF. That is a data frame. So data frame has a lot of properties which we are going to see. One is head. The minute when you say data frame dot head, it is going to display first 5 rows. Okay. So try to read the first 10 and 20, 50 records. What do you do? Data frame dot head in bracket, we are going to say 10. Then it will give you 10. Okay, let's see what to do. So next one, what is the data frame? Basically, it's object. Okay, the type is object, and it is a 64. Then it can have a different type of data. It can have a string, integer, or float with all the 64-bit, dimensions. It is mainly most general type will be assigned to your column if the column has mixed types, numbers, and strings. Okay. So once you start working about it, then you can able to see that how it will be good. So for example, if you want to even go in reverse, like for example, I have a column called salary in Excel. I want to find out whether it's a string or float or integer. Then when you say D type, it will tell you it is an integer type or a string type, whatever it is. So here are the attributes that we have in the data frame. Okay. One is D types, columns, access, and dimension, size, shape, values. So the exercise for you is find how many records this data frame has. How many elements are there? What are the column names? What type of columns we have in this data frame? So how do we find out? So one of the data frame has the head, and also it has a tail. So when you say head in bracket 10 means it is going to give 10 rows from the top to next to 10. When you say tail and give the numbers like 10 in the tail, then it is going to give you last 10 records from the bottom. So it can even describe the type of column it is, like it can generate the statistics and give you analysis about a particular column. And mean, median, max, minimum, standard deviation, samples, all this can be calculated using that data frame. And so there is a few more exercises that you can handle. Give the summary for numeric columns in the data set. What do you do? How do you find out that summary? You can use what? Describe. So calculate standard deviation. So you have this STD function. What are the mean value of the first 50 records? So you can use mean. So if you want to, you can also do this group by, order by, all these things in the, using data frame, which has like a data frame dot group by and rank. So it is going to automatically filter your Excel data, the particular sheet with the, it will basically group them by rank. It is going to put everybody who has the first rank, next it is going to put all together who has the second rank and all that. Once a group by object is created, right, then it is going to calculate various type of statistics. So you can also do that. You can calculate a mean salary for each professor based on the rank. Okay, so you can group by rank followed by salary mean, and you can also do these conditions like a data frame and one of the salary column. Give me only the people who has more than 1,20,000 salary, or the gender equal to female. Salary ranges like you can also do multiple column selections like data frame for column 1 and column 2, and you can also select by range, right? Data frame, give me all the rows which starts from 10 and ends from till 20. So if you can also do this by labels, right? Range of this particular row, rows using the method called LOC. Okay. So one more thing is using the this is by label name, like column names. If you want to do it by numbers also is possible, then you need to use ILOC. That means you are going to give the range. Also, you are going to say, that index numbers. So how does the index numbers works? This means like if I say ILOC of 0, then the first row of the data frame. If I say I plus 1, then it is going to be the minute you say I, then it is going to be I plus 1 row. When you say minus 1, it is the last one. Okay. If I want first 7 rows, I will say 0 to 0:7 is the range. So if this is for range, this is for columns. So the first one says, give me all columns, all rows, all records, but only 2 columns. Which one? Starting with the first and second. Here, this now it says, give me only second and third, and within first 2 columns. So this is how you can play with the different options using ILOC. So how do I do the sorting in pandas? You can use the sorting technique by it has data frame has that. Simply need to say that data frame dot sort values by that column name. For example, it has a service, right? Service number of years, like 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, like that. You can also do that, or you can do by salary. You can also do by that PhD, or you can do by rank. So, or you can also do by multiple columns. The sorting can be done by multiple columns. One is, I am saying now here, give me 10 rows, okay, but sort by service has a ascending order, salary will be descending order. So salary is a descending order, right? So you see that first top, you can see highly paid person came. Yeah. And number two, service wise. So everything starts with 0 because it said ascending order. And here we are seeing ascending order false means descending order. So salary need to be descending order. That means highest. But service wise, the starts with 0. So that is how it is sorted. So this is a simple project. You can take it and start with working out as a micro project. This is not your end project. This is a kind of practice project where you are going to take these flights, right? This has a data, you can download it. And you can use this, you can put that file into your local folder or C or D or somewhere, and you can point that to read. You don't need to read from web. You can download and say here C colon, Avian Labs, and then flights.csv. You can change the path to local folder and read. Okay, helper supports that local path. You just need to put that download, put it into the folder and read from that. So it has a lot of data and all international flights, right? So you can see that it's like when you go to airport, what happens? You can see that the flight status, right? This is the flight status application, the flight status project, where you are going to load all the flights, and then you can able to see that what happens to the particular flight. Is it on time or delaying? How many hours of travel time? Where is it? All this departure time, arrival time, everything. You can see that this is arrival time, this is the departure time. You can download the this particular CSV and then open in your local, and you can fill some data also using like your local Bangalore or some other airport with the flight numbers, flight name, and all that, and fill and try to work it out. Then you will feel like you are doing a real project. So then, based on that, you need to perform all this different kind of operations. So there is a lot of properties for this data frame. You try to read what is a data frame, how many properties are there. I'm going to give all the labs and help so that you can think and try to practice all these examples. So technically, a lot of time we can think about, I don't want to show all this incomplete data or missing data, or I want to avoid this, some particular type of flights information. So I want to do this, that, all these things, right? So how can you do that? Yeah. So the one best way is to follow all these filters and learn, and so that you can able to easily avoid all the missing data. So you can basically, as I told you, our data frame has a lot of support for statistics, where you can able to do all the min, max, count, sum, prod, all these operations very easily. So if you want to do the aggregation in here, you can basically select a particular columns, and once the aggregation can be using what min, mean, and max, right? You can basically calculate that. So here, describe basic statistics, minimum, max, mean, median, mode, where STD, SEM, and all these things you can able to practice. So one second. Yeah. So that's the basic data about details about the pandas. Okay, let me go to the labs. So this is another official website where you can also go and try to download the data or practice and do all that. So it has all the examples here, right? We can able to go here and download the data and start practicing these examples. I want to share that as well. Before that, yeah. So here is the examples. So I'm going to take some of them and show you how it works. So let's take the first one. I go to the playground, then create class 01. Yeah, obviously, I have to start my helper. So first thing for you is, start installing the helper today. So I have the helper and I've selected the Python and I'm going to start. So wait till it is going to say like, application started, then I minimize, then now run again. So I have my data here, right? So this is the data file. So this can be downloaded, like you don't need to read it from the web. Instead, you can directly say like, press this one, copy paste here, and you see that my data file is downloaded. I have all the salaries here, okay? So, you can basically, you don't need to be like, using only this. You can basically find any Excel and start using that. You can do that as well. To practice, you can start with this one, download, and then put that into your local somewhere. And you can it's basically you can remove this path and say that C colon whatever the wherever the file is. You can read it from the local as well in your own file. The only thing is when you do the local file, you must use like C colon C or D whatever. With use always double. Okay. Avian labs and salaries dot csv. You can use that. Only thing is here use this slash 2 times. You have to, otherwise it will complain. So that is how you can practice. Okay. So next example is, so I'm doing a grouping here, salaries by rank. So based on the rank that they have, so this and then not salaries. So basically getting this data based on the rank. So technically, all these are very simple, and you just need to copy paste and start making changes and try to understand what is this, pandas and what is the data frame. Uh, okay, so and where to use, how to modify, how to do the calculations, how to perform all the various type. It's just a simple practice. It is a very easy subject technically. As you see that, it's quite easy, right? It's no big deal. Only thing is you just need to understand what is inside the data frame. What else is there? How can I easily? One more thing you should do is you should perform this operation not only on the CSV files. You should be able to give these inputs various types like how can I pass a list into this and you convert it as a data frame. How can I pass n-dimensional from NumPy and convert into data frame? And how can I pass an image to this and then how to work with the images? How to send a JSON file format and work with that. So various type of data formats you need to read and manipulate. That is the entire purpose of this pandas. So if you go down here, I have given a lot of examples here. So you just need to go through this process and try to practice as much as possible. Okay. So this way you can able to. There is some mix also using NumPy. You can also do that. You can also calculate this, some basic calculations with doing a shopping in a particular grocery store. So this is a different type of micro type projects are there. You can go through all these things and including the flight project. You can start working on those and practice as much as you can. So next class again, I will try to touch base with this little bit. I'm not doing much today because I see that most of you are not completed NumPy. Then if you go into next level, it looks very hard. Like it is kind of you are just wasting time yourself. Okay. So these counts are looking a little bad here. So we'll look into that. There is some issue with this. Not sure what is happening. We'll correct this and you keep practicing yourself so that we'll try to work it out. And here when you go to when you say pandas, then you can see all the examples related to that. There is around 11 programs related to pandas. Earlier there are NumPy has more list and NumPy, so it is now up to 41. Okay, so it's better you try to complete till 41, or maybe something you don't need to complete all. At least let me say it is going to start from here. Fairly, you should be able to complete. Technically till 41 you should be able to do it. So first complete till 22nd, and then today and tomorrow, then you have time again, right? You have so Thursday there is no class, so you have time till Saturday. So I want you to most of you complete and be ready, either you need to be in good or excellent. So that next class we'll try to work on Matplot and to understand how to create the graphs and all that. Then on next Tuesday, we are going to start the project work. So that is how the plan is. and we'll close the session for today. Any doubts? Is the plan clear to everyone? So I'm giving you more time for practice, and today I'm going to send you that labs for pandas. This simple concept, you just need to declare a pandas and then take a data frame and start practicing with the data inputs. Is a pandas clear to you? Like, did you guys understand what is a pandas, how to use it? Can you respond in chat group? Hello? Okay. Yeah, so practice well. I want to all of you to get to that best position, and all of you install the helper. If anybody have issues with the helper, then I'm going to share the number where you can contact, and you can also post the things in group. Thank you.